Donations include anything given to a charity, including monetary contributions, clothing, food, and so forth. It's sad to realize that many of our youth have turned to drugs, ignorance of the lifelong consequences, as a way to find happiness, as an escape from their personal or family problems, to decompress, or even just to look cool in front of their friends. The Christopher James Foundation mission is to raise awareness on drug and alcohol use and abuse in American Samoa through collaboration, innovation, education, and advocacy. Therefore, we were pleased to be able to contribute money to the Christopher James Foundation as part of the community service initiative to spread awareness about drug and alcohol abuse here on island. The incident involving Christopher James Foeoletini was the inspiration for this organization. Chris had 4 sisters and was the middle child and also the only son. He received the Matai title of Leitolo in 2019 from his Pangu family. He had 6 young children and was a devoted husband. However, Chris lost his long, tough fight against drug addiction on February 29, 2020, and he died. This foundation was established as a result of the terrible death of Chris, who also influenced an island-wide effort against drug use. Through this organization, families and people fighting their own battles against drug abuse and addiction will be given access to drug awareness and educational resources.
Drugs destroy us physically, mentally, and unworldly. They come in various forms, such as alcohol, cocaine, nicotine, amphetamines, and so forth. As we discussed in class, drug abuse can prevent proper growth and development in the long term. Taking drugs while you're young can contribute to the development of adult health problems, such as high blood pressure and heart disease. As a matter of fact, some consequences of youth substance abuse involving alcohol and other drugs face an increased risk of death through suicide, homicide, accident, and illness. Just come to think of it, are drugs a problem in American Samoa? Yes. Based on news cases, drugs affected their learning environment, the relationships of families and friends, as well as suicide and accidents. As you do drugs, you continue to obsess with it, meaning you are now in the face of drug addiction.
This results them to build the foundation to spread the awareness to the youth of our community. And as of right now, their priority task is to save another son, meaning to save or prevent our other brothers and sisters, our fellow young ones, from the sake of drug dependence.
As we took the chance to help the foundation prosper and surpass its donation goals, a multitude of opportunities appeared. Throughout the bunch, we chose to attempt a cooler sale at the baseball fields in Lions Park, since it seemed fitting based on our research on the foundation. But when we began the process, we were met with a number of problems. The weather was not on our side, but throughout the singular day of sales, we managed to gain $38 and a cooler full of drinks. The goal was not particularly for the money, but rather the experience and ability to spread awareness to the community while interacting and getting involved in creating a better future. As the weather never gave in, we began a pickathon in hopes to inform more people with a casual conversation regarding the topic of addiction in American Samoa. It seemed to have worked in our favor as we reached more people with the ability to divide and spread out. I focused on addressing as many as I could on the east side, and the others divided the west. We came up to a sum total of $268. As fellow members of the youth, and no addition to the adults, we stand in a position where the impact of this topic was heavily on our shoulders. Not only is our generation becoming increasingly affected by addictions, but the younger generation are picking up on our flaws. By jumping in as much as we can, we prevent more kids from following the wrong path. It was a challenge due to the weather and lack of interactions, as COVID is still up in the air, but it doesn't mean that our efforts meant nothing, and others' efforts wouldn't either. Even as we finish this project, interactions and simply informing the younger generation about this rising issue can make a difference. There are a number of ways to help this foundation and others outside of this project. It's just a matter of will.
Next slide is how can you help? Although we had some difficulties with fundraising, we managed to spread awareness and receive donations. With our generous donations, we are investing in helping the foundation raise awareness among the youth. We get to learn an important lesson from a tragedy that led to their foundation. And as young adults as ourselves, We are putting an effort to help the Foeoletini Foundation as active participants in fighting against drug addiction, to see addiction as a disease that requires a journey of being treated properly instead of being punished. As the story of Chris goes on, through the help of our involvement, collaboration, and investment, we are giving money for a good cause to the foundation in hopes of saving another life. What we could do to also help is online links to donations and keeping others informed of the issue. Last but not least, we should keep donating outside of the project. Our contribution is deeply meaningful, for we are supporting causes we believe in, as well as for the positive effect it has on our lives.